Joe Biden will be vacationing for the Thanksgiving holiday in Nantucket, which is fine. Nothing wrong with Nantucket. I might hate on you a little bit if you're hanging out in the home of private equity billionaire David Rubenstein. So what's wrong with Rubenstein? Well, he's the co-founder and also co-CEO of just this small private equity firm called the Carlyle Group. The press seems to think it might be a little bit problematic, but they don't really know how to frame their question. Why don't you ask why it is that Joe Biden, a Democratic president, thinks it's a good idea to vacation in the home of a private equity billionaire who, by the way, co-founded the Carlyle Group alongside Glenn Youngkin, who just beat, the Democratic incumbent in the gubernatorial race for Virginia. One of the things that Democrats are supposed to dislike about Youngkin, other than the fact that he's a political opponent, is that he's a private equity guy, and private equity guys, not good, bad, right? Now, private equity guys are not good. They are bad. Let's talk a little bit about the Carlyle Group, and more importantly, another decision made by the Biden administration just recently that I think needs to tie into this story. So, Carlyle specialized in buying and selling businesses that relied on government spending, and it hired former government officials to help it. Carlyle partners included James Baker III, a former Treasury Secretary, Peter Carlucci, a former Defense Secretary. Also, don't forget about former President George H.W. Bush, who was once an advisor to the firm. Biden made the decision to reappoint Jerome Powell as the Federal Reserve's chair. Now, Jerome Powell was appointed by Donald Trump, has been a little disastrous, especially considering the monetary policy coming out of the Federal Reserve, both before the pandemic and then how it basically went into overdrive during the pandemic.